Now that we have added our self-created and we've locked our background as well as our self-created line, it's time to add our images. So you're going to work on images after you've finished all of your 7 elements up here. To do our image section, what we're going to have to do is go back to our Schoology page. And we are going to go to this link here to the Met Artwork Collection. So we're going to click on that link and it's going to take us to the Met Gallery, which the Met Gallery is in New York. It's a wonderful gallery. I would definitely recommend going if you are ever in New York City. But they have a wonderful online collection. So what we're doing right now is we're looking for an image that best represents line. Now, almost any image is going to have some type of line work to it. If you want, you can feel free to search in the search bar something specific. And let's say I like the line work on this vase here. Well, this is actually a teapot. What I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to click, hold, and drag this onto my desktop. Next, what I'm going to do is go back to my Photopea site. And I'm simply going to click this and drag it into my box for the element it's supposed to represent. And it looks like it moved mine for me up here. That's okay. I'm just going to click and drag that back down. Now notice how this is pretty small and I want it to be a little bit bigger. Now, some of you might be wondering why you do not see these brackets. If you're for some reason unable to see your brackets here, you want to make sure that you have transform controls selected. So if you do not have the ability to make your image bigger or smaller, you want to make sure you have transform controls selected with this check mark. So that way you'll have these boxes to grab the corners of. Now something I want to point out to you is you want to make sure that you always hold shift when you are making an image bigger or smaller. Notice how it doesn't warp my image. If I don't hold shift, watch what happens to my teapot now. See how it gets all distorted and it doesn't look like the original teapot? That's because when we want to make an image bigger or smaller, we need to hold shift and grab from the corner. Once we get it to the size that we want and we have it in the space, what you're then going to do is go over to your layer here, double click on your image layer, rename it to the element. So in this case, it is line. And then you will click lock. Now you want to make sure that you are renaming each layer. That way you know what is what and that way you aren't changing. Now if I have this locked, I'm not going to be able to move this image around. See how it at the top it says this layer is locked? You want to make sure that you have each layer locked so you do not make changes to the wrong layer. Now you're going to do the same thing for each of the other elements here. So you want to make sure that you finish all of these, really thinking about all 7 elements of art.